In October of 2020, UC Berkeley's environmental community will be hosting an event called Earth Justice Month. Previously, the month of October has been known as Zero Waste October, with Climate Justice Week taking place during its last week. This year, we will be celebrating Earth Justice Month as a collaborative series put on by the Student Environmental Resource Center, the Zero Waste Coalition, the Students of Color Environmental Collective, and other environmental campus departments and organizations. Events will encompass many topics, including zero waste and climate justice. Through this event, we aim to recognize sustainable efforts on campus and beyond, while further advocating for inclusive, equitable paths toward a racially, environmentally, and socially just future. The focus of this month is placed on conversations about environmental justice. It's important to start those conversations with the definition of environmental justice, which is the fair treatment and meaningful involvement of all people, regardless of race, color, national origin, or income, with respect to the development, implementation, and enforcement of environmental laws, regulations, and policies. Environmental justice is achieved when everyone enjoys the same degree of protection from environmental and health hazards and equal access to the decision-making process to have a healthy environment in which to live, learn, and work. As students and environmentalists, our interest in environmental issues must be considerate of the vividly real consequences that faulty policy, climate disaster, and environmental racism disproportionately have on people who are low income, BIPOC, immigrants, and more. Environmental justice inherently engages and disrupts Western environmentalism's history of centrism on preserving certain pockets of the natural environment whilst dually thrusting people into detrimental conditions that ultimately affect their health outcomes and livelihoods. So what are some examples of environmental justice? The first graphic on this slide describes the negative health and environmental impacts of the plastics industry, highlighting the fact that plastic production and pollution disproportionately impacts vulnerable populations. The second infographic shows the racial and ethnic demographics of regions heavily affected by pollution and climate degradation in the United States. Across the globe, communities of color and lower socioeconomic status are significantly more likely to live in an area exposed to environmental and health hazards. The third graphic is about a power plant based in the Latinx community near the Tijuana border. The people of this community are being exposed to toxins produced by the facility, and they've taken it upon themselves to create graphics and resources used to educate others. This example is important in demonstrating how environmental justice is advocated for by centering and including affected communities in the conversation. Environmental justice empowers underserved and underprivileged populations to take action in spaces that have historically been dominated by white folks and narratives. There are many different ways that you can get involved in environmental justice on campus. Firstly, you can participate in Earth Justice Month by attending events put on by environmental student organizations. Secondly, you can join the Students of Color Environmental Collective. Please note that this organization intends to create space for students of color within the environmental movement at Cal. You can also explore the Student Environmental Resource Center's Environmental Justice Resource Folder, which is full of articles, papers, and other resources you can use to educate yourself about EJ. And lastly, you can check out this document, which compiles resources, events, trainings, and more related to previous EJ work done at Cal. We also want to take a moment to acknowledge how scary and difficult this time has been. As a community, we prioritize healing and support. There are several campus resources available to you, including the Tang Center and Counseling and Psychological Services. You can also come to our Practicing Hope event on October 28th, where we'll discuss the implications of climate anxiety or apply to the Environmentorship program. Finally, the temporarily virtual eco-community is open to all students. As a collective, we aim to perpetuate a culture of sustainability activism. You can get involved in the community by joining the Slack group, where students share announcements about events and other ways to get involved, joining SCEC, visiting the CERC website for resources like a list of sustainability-related courses or sustainability-related organizations, engaging with the Cal Eco Trio, the Housing and Dining Sustainability Advocates, the Student Environmental Resource Center, or the Office of Sustainability. And you can sign up for office hours with Kira Stoll, the Director of Sustainability on campus, to ask any questions related to sustainability. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask them via the Google form linked on the slides. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you there.